Camille, good to see you. Welcome to Pop Alternative.
Hi, thanks for having me.
We have a lot of cool things to talk about, but specifically, Shoresy on Hulu and on Crave in Canada. I mean, the show that people just keep loving, this hockey show that people just keep loving, spin-off of Letterkenny originally. Is it crazy that it's already been so many seasons? Like, it's crazy to think about it, right?
Yeah, it's super crazy to think about it. It's gone by so quickly. Like, yeah, we just finished filming season 4, and I can't believe it. Like, I've never worked on anything that's released so much so quickly and also shoots so quickly. It's unbelievable.
In terms of like you getting involved with your character, because we love your character, we love the fact everyone online wants your character and Shoresy to go on an official date. You know that, right? And everything, and they want them to be a couple. Was there an audition process? Did Jared or anyone reach out? Like, I'm just curious about that specifically.
No, I don't know what he does usually, but Jared and I Jared and I have known each other for many, many years. So when he used to live in Vancouver, I knew him. We worked on a TV movie together, and then we'd help each other just like tape auditions and stuff because we were in the same neighborhood.
Yep.
And then he moved to do, I think, 19-2 in Montreal.
Yep.
And then I didn't see him for like 10 years. And then I just got this offer out of the blue nowhere.
It's like you're going to Sudbury and being a reporter of a hockey.
And it was crazy because like, it's not like I have a ton of comedy on my resume and somebody would be like, oh, sure, she's a natural. I'm sure it was like, he suggested me and people were like, really? Is that who you want?
So are you from Vancouver, like the BC area?
Yeah, I live in Vancouver.
Nice. I was just in Pitt Meadows producing a feature.
Oh, there you go. Very nice.
It's a beautiful city. It's the first time I ever been to Vancouver. It was beautiful.
It's great. It's a great city. I love it. I grew up in Toronto, but then moved here, and then I was like, I'm going to stay.
Absolutely. It's interesting too because, I'm just curious what it was like when you officially returned for another season with your character, because season 1s are always interesting because it's like you've never played this character before. We've never seen this character, and then like you return for a season 2. And it's kind of like, what's the character up to? Like, how are we going to see this character? So what was that like for you specifically, like returning to play this character for Shoresy?
What was really nice and what surprises me sort of every time I've been back, but especially that second time, was how much people really liked the character and really liked our scenes and were genuinely very excited about it. Because I kind of went the first season just going, this will be fun. And, it's not really what I do, but I'll just do it the best I can. And so I was really thrilled that people were genuinely like in such a loving and like beautiful way, hopeful for this like crazy little budding romance,
Absolutely. It's crazy to think about the fact that how big that universe is. Like Letterkenny is really massive, and then Shoresy comes along. You said you knew Jared for quite some time. You were aware of like the Letterkenny fandom, right? Because it's like crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, he moved away and became hugely successful. It was unbelievable.
I interviewed him like when I first started this show, like in a long time ago. And it was, I have a Jared Keeso interview on Pop Turtle. I just want to say that.
It's very impressive. I have to say, he's a very impressive person, like what he's accomplished and what he does. And it stays so grounded and so nice. It's really cool.
The show is interesting because, it is a hockey show. Like, and I think every season they really want to kind of focus on that a lot more. Did you know it was like a big hockey show, like when you were reading scripts for it, or is it only when you actually get to the rinks that it like really is evident that it's a hockey show?
I didn't know like how serious the hockey would be. The hockey is legit. Like, I don't know anything about hockey, but from where I'm standing, it looks pretty fucking legit.
And that last that last season with the tournament, so good. Like, it was
so good. Unbelievable. The fights are incredible. Like, it just looks incredible.
How in advance did they tell you what was going on, like for future seasons? Like, I'm sure you get like a message be like, "We'll see you soon," but it's like, do you know like what's going on, or like do you have to get there to like be like, "Okay, this is what's happening"?
No, they're pretty good actually. Like, I've worked on shows where they keep you in the dark till you're just like the day before or whatever.
Yeah.
But no, usually like I'll have a good 3 weeks with the scripts, and there'll be some minor changes when we get there and some minor changes on the day just when we're playing it out. But otherwise, I have a pretty good run up to it. And I like it because I like to prepare a lot because I like because the scenes are fast and it needs to clip, and if you aren't super solid on it and you drop the ball, then the whole scene falls. So
I'm really excited to ask you this, and especially because you said that you don't really work in on comedies as much. But like, okay, so there's a lot of the comic relief characters in Shoresy, right? There's a bunch, right? Who are like, when they have a line, you're supposed to laugh, right? But then there are some where we're not really relying on the laughs, like your character, right? Like your character is very sweet, but she's not like full of the jokes. So she'll like chirp and like clap back at Shoresy, but like she's not there for the big kind of one-liners and zingers, right? So what's that like? Do you find that a unique storytelling acting kind of situation where you're like the one not relying on like the jokes in like a comedy series? Like I'm curious about that. Do you think about that at all? I find it really interesting.
Yeah, I do think about it a little bit because, well, I play it as it's written, and I think what's really smart about the character and what works so well and what people respond to is because in that universe where everything is so funny, I think the relationship works to ground Shoresy in reality that he could have a relationship with someone that would be meaningful and beautiful. And so, without, slowing down the plot and slowing down the action and making it not funny, but also providing that sort of link over to make it enough that it sort of gets you in the heart as well as the laughter.
That's really well said. Absolutely. Especially, I don't like going into big like plot like in my interviews ever, just in case, because sometimes I'll bring up something and then like people will like really get into it and then spoilers come out all over the place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now it's been out for a while, but like it got pretty emotional last season. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. There was definitely a point when I was watching the final, I was bawling, fully bawling.
Absolutely. Camille, it's spooky season. There's a lot of like it's time to watch a lot of stuff in the horror movie world and everything. It's the time of year. And you worked on something in that kind of world with Shelby Oaks, and I just kind of wanted to know, like, what is it like working in the horror kind of movie landscape at a time where there's such a big appetite for the content? Because it's always been around, but there just seemed to be a big kind of boom in the popularity of it in the last couple of years specifically.
Yeah, I think so, definitely. And what I've been going to see in the theaters recently has all been horror. And I've always been a horror fan, but for me, I think the most interesting movies right now are happening in that genre.
Yep.
So, like I just saw The Substance. Oh my God, it was so incredible. So incredible. So yeah, I was really excited. And I love working in the genre too. I'm very blessed that it happened, that I have this big movie I'm super excited about coming out at a time when it is so popular and people are going to the theater and seeing movies. And I hope people will go and have the theater experience with this one because it's worth it and it will scare you.
I can't wait. I'm actually a filmmaker and creative myself. I have a short horror film that I wrote and produced that we got into Screamfest for our LA premiere October 12th at the Chinese theaters.
Oh, fantastic. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's called Adjoining, and it's like a motel horror thing. It's really cool.
That's great.
But it's true. I agree though. It's so exciting to be part of that right now. Like it's the best time to make those movies.
Yeah, like who else is making? They're making $10 million movies that are making $100 million. You know what I mean? Like,
isn't it? It's wild though. Like you've been in the industry for like you've seen a lot of these
couple of years.
Oh my God! I just set myself up for making you feel. Oh no, I don't know. I didn't like. No, but I've seen it. You. Oh my God! How am I gonna get out of this one?
No, it's fine.
Oh my God! No, but you knew where. Oh my, no, but like
Brian.
Okay. No, I mean, oh my God, that was so bad. You've seen the changes in the industry. Oh my God. No, but you've seen the changes, right? Like the big, remember when the first Pirates Caribbean movie came out? I remember getting the Blu-ray, like the DVD behind the scenes. That movie, I didn't even have to like have a calculator to know that movie cost like $300 million. You know what I mean?
Oh my God. No, it's crazy. And then nothing's being, not to vent on this, but then not nothing, but fewer movies are being made. And that's just less jobs and it's just less fun things to see. And it's less people taking chances on weird stuff.
Well, okay, so that interests me, right? Because that's interesting that you say that because I'm noticing that as well, where now is the time to, you know, play in the sandbox, so to speak, right? Now, a lot of actors are putting together they're putting together like their own kind of screenplays, and they want to kind of get it funded, and they want to go film it, right? So I'm wondering, like, obviously acting is something you focus on a lot, but it's like, are you seeing that as well, where you're like, I might want to just make my own stuff right now?
Yeah,
you know what
I mean, yeah, definitely. And when I talk with younger actresses who are starting and they're like, how do I get in the room? How do I get in the business? The first thing I say is make a short film.
Yeah.
Don't even, you know what I mean? You do so much more for your career and as an actor, but then you'll be a filmmaker. And for myself, you know, I think about it. I do some writing. I do it like this, though. I do it like when I'm not working acting, I'm really excited about writing. And then when I get a job acting, I forget all about writing. So, you know, a little discipline might go a long way for me, I think.
I just want to also say, I'm really sorry about that whole blunder with the whole... I just want to like say that came out so bad, but like,
I don't care.
So, you know what's funny is I'll like tell people that have on my show, like, you're a legend, you're an icon, like, it's an honor and privilege to speak with you, and then they're like, you're making me feel really old.
You're making me feel weird.
I feel bad for complimenting that.
Oh, it's all good.
No, for sure. Last question about Shoresy specifically. Are you getting like when a new season, like, I feel like no one knows what's going to happen when season 1 drops, because like, yes, there's going to be some fans from Letterkenny who watch on Hulu, are going to watch Shoresy. Naturally, it's part of the same universe, but you don't really know, right? Do you know what to expect now once a new season of Shoresy drops to the world, or is it still kind of a surprise every time? It's
totally a surprise. And in fact, the last season we shot, totally a surprise. Just totally a surprise.
Yeah. But it was just, it was different too, right? Like there was a lot of there was a lot of stuff that like wasn't in the rinks, right? Like when the Shoresy's apartment scenes like are also the only time where there's no hockey, or when he's on a date with your character, there's not really hockey talk going on if you think about it, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, technically I am a reporter, but we don't talk hockey. I don't
talk hockey.
I don't know any.
Or like, it's funny, there's a few times where he's trying to talk hockey and you're just like, oh my God. Absolutely. But season 1 through 3 of Shoresy is available on Hulu in the States, and then Crave in Canada. And then eventually we will get a season 4, which is amazing. And then at some point we will see Shelby Oaks, which is going to be fun. I can't wait for that. I remember reading about it and being like, oh my God, I want to see this movie so badly. So that's going to be great. Camille, so great chatting with you. Thanks so much for your time.
Oh, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely. Your Instagram account is where people can keep up to date with stuff, right? Is it just your name?
Yeah, Instagram is at sullivan.camille and Twitter is at camille.sully.
Well, this has been Pop Turn at youtube.com/Pop Turn for previous episodes. Till next time, this is Camille Sullivan and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.